Reddit story, my colleague didn't invite me to her wedding and I'm start thinking if you're close to a friend, they might not see you in the same way. You know, something really sad happened with my friend from work. We've been friends forever, lived on the same street, went to the same school, and she even helped me get a job at the company she works at. We've been working together for a long time now, and we got super close because our office is mostly filled with guys. We always have lunch together, chat at our desks, and everyone in the office thinks we're like inseparable. A year ago, she got engaged to her partner, and I was so happy for her. She went through a tough time a few years back with some family losses, and I did my best to be there for her. I cried with her, listened to her, and even took on some of her work so she could take days off when she needed to. Now, she's all smiles and excited about her wedding, and it's really nice to see her happy. But here's the thing, she talked a lot about her wedding plans during our lunches, and I know all the details. When she booked the venue, she kept it a secret, saying it would be a surprise when the invitations came out. Well, the wedding is just 2 weeks away now, and I haven't got an invitation. I stopped waiting for it because she told me when she sent them out. I feel kinda silly saying this, but the more I think about it, the more it hurts. I thought we were really close, but now I'm not even invited to her big day. She didn't say why, and I feel too awkward to ask. It's like a big slap in the face, you know? And now, I'm questioning our whole friendship. I started to notice that she doesn't really listen when I talk. She just goes on with what she was saying before, like I never said anything. And when it's about me, she doesn't have much to say. It's like she only wants someone to talk at, and it doesn't matter who. I've helped her so much over the years, but I can't remember her doing anything for me. Now, I've stopped having lunch with her, and when she tries to chat, I quickly end the conversation and go back to work. She doesn't seem to notice at all. Work has become really lonely because she was my only friend there. I still wish her well, and I'm happy she's so happy now, but I feel really used. I don't know if I'm being too hard on her because I'm hurt, or if I even have the right to feel hurt. Weddings have a limited number of guests, right? I'm not sure if our friendship can go back to how it was. I'm feeling lost. Should I just let things settle and see how I feel later? Edit. I haven't asked her about it because I'm scared of difficult conversations, and I invited her to my wedding years ago. People gave me lots of advice, and I'm going to make sure it's not a mistake, but I'm still figuring out if I should talk to her about it. Your thoughts have really helped me. Update, few days later. Subscribe for more Reddit stories. So, it took me a few days to figure out how to deal with this, but yesterday I had lunch with her again and we had a talk. I started by saying, so, you've sent all your invitations out now, haven't you? She looked kind of worried when I asked that, and I knew right away she didn't want me to talk about it. When she said she sent them all, I asked if that meant she could show me her venue now. She showed me the website of it, with all the pictures, and told me about where everything was going to happen, like the flowers and decorations. It's a nice country hotel with pretty gardens, but I don't get why it was such a big secret. I asked her about who she invited from work, and I wasn't on the list. I said I was excited to see the photos to check out everything, even though she didn't correct me that I'd see it on the day, and then I was pretty sure I wasn't invited on purpose. She looked so relieved when I changed the subject and asked about her honeymoon and taking a break from wedding stress, so, I'm definitely not invited. I thought about it, and I've decided not to ask why, for 3 reasons. The reason is already kind of clear. She probably just sees us as work buddies, and I got it wrong. Some people thought maybe her fiancé was jealous or something, but I know that's not it. I don't get why she kept talking about the wedding if she wasn't going to invite me, but oh well, I don't want things to be weird at work. If I make a big deal about not being invited, it might make me look silly and too clingy. Plus, she might tell everyone I'm causing drama, and that's not cool. It's better if I just handle my feelings on my own. This is a super special time for her, and I don't want to spoil it with drama. I'd rather let her enjoy her wedding and make good memories. I'm okay with not going, really. It's more about realizing I misjudged things and feeling a bit silly. But that's not all her fault, she never had to be my friend. Talking about it in my last post helped me work through my feelings. When I went back to work on Monday, I felt a lot calmer about it. Looking back, she's always been kind of into herself and not really given back. Even though I helped her at work, she never helped me when I needed it. She has some people at work who don't like her, and even though I saw why, I defended her. Now that I'm taking a step back, I can see she's not a very nice person, and I'm okay with moving on. She hasn't really noticed that we're not as close anymore, or maybe she's glad about it, so I'll just keep doing that. If she asks why or tries to be friends again, then I'll talk about how I feel. If not, then maybe it's for the best. Losing a friend is sad, and it might take me some time to get over it, but I have other friends and nice colleagues to get to know better. One big thing I learned from my last post is that I need to be better at saying what's on my mind. If I can do that, it'll stop things from getting worse. I also need to have tough talks without getting super anxious, which is hard for me. I got some books to help me with that, and I might look into talking to someone about it. I don't want to hurt others by not speaking up, so I need to work on this. Thanks a lot to everyone who gave me advice. I didn't think my fear of talking about things was a big deal, but now I know I need to change. Thanks for being honest with me. Also, thanks to those who helped me with the one-sided friendship thing. I'm a good listener, but I realized I need to set boundaries in some friendships and give back more in others. I learned a lot about having healthy relationships, and I'm grateful for that. In short, I'm not invited, our friendship is probably over, and that's okay, and I'm going to work on being more assertive so I can handle things better next time. I learned a valuable lesson about friendships being two-way. Reddit story, AITA, for not wanting to pay for my sister's medical bills. My parents had me when they were just 16. They were in high school. After I was born, my dad left school to work a lot and take care of me so that my bio mom could stay in school. But when I was 2, she decided being a mom wasn't for her and left me and my dad. I don't really remember her being around. After that, my dad worked super hard to take care of me. He met a nice lady, and they got married when I was 7. She's like a mom to me, but I'll call her my stepmom to avoid confusion. My bio mom didn't help in any way, not even with money. The last time she talked to me was on my 3rd birthday, and it was just a quick card through the mail. I never felt mad about her leaving because I had my dad, stepmom, and brother to fill the gap. My parents never said mean things about her. I didn't think about her leaving every day, so it was confusing when she reached out on social media to talk. After thinking about it for days, I agreed to meet her at a restaurant after 25 years. At first, it was awkward small talk, but then we talked about why she left. She had postpartum depression and felt stuck, so she left. She said she didn't leave because of me. I understood because I saw my stepmom go through postpartum depression with my brother. We met a few more times, and I even met her new family with a husband and 3 kids, 13F, 11M, and 7F. Then, during our recent meetup, my bio mom looked upset and told me her oldest daughter, 13F, has health problems and needs $25,000 for medicine. She already has $20,000 in medical bills. She asked if I could pay it. After finishing school and landing my dream job, I make good money. I think she heard about my job and saw it as a chance to get money. I said no because I felt used and taken advantage of. She didn't want to meet me, she just wanted money from the kid she left. After I said no through text, her husband and bio mom sent me mean messages, calling me nasty. They said I'm cruel for not helping my sister because of my feelings towards my bio mom. Then, family members from her side texted me, asking why I'm being difficult. So, am I really a bad person for not paying for my half-sister's medicine and medical bills? Update 1, few hours later. Subscribe for more Reddit stories. Hey everyone, thanks a lot for the feedback and support. I just wanted to share some info and clear things up. I learned more about what was going on in my bio mom's family. At first, I wondered why she had 3 more kids, despite her postpartum depression. It turns out, they found out early on about how serious their first daughter's illness was. So, they had 2 more kids, 11M and 7F, as savior siblings for the oldest one's medical treatment. But none of them were a match. Right now, I blocked my bio mom and her husband. I didn't plan on reconnecting with my bio mom. That wasn't the idea. I already have a mom, and I didn't need another one. I just wanted to let her explain herself. I didn't want a big mother-daughter thing, just to be polite or friendly. My family was okay with me meeting my bio parent, and I didn't surprise them. I'm happy with my own family, and I don't need her to complete it. It's not her leaving that bugs me, it's what she's doing now. But I'll only feel sorry for her because she had postpartum depression. When my bio mom left, my grandparents and biological aunt stuck with my dad. They helped raise me along with my parents. They say she's always been kind of unstable and tricky. I feel bad for my half-sister, but I can't give her the money. Sometimes, I wish I had ignored my bio mom right from the start. Oh, and I blocked the strangers calling my phone a while back, just forgot to mention that. Update 2, 3 months later. Hey again, everyone. I thought I wouldn't have to give another update, but a lot has happened since my last one. Exactly a month after my first update, my bio mom's oldest daughter got really sick. I found out through relatives. By the time I could understand how ill she was, she passed away. Honestly, I felt a lot of guilt for a while. After her funeral, which I didn't go to, my bio mom's husband wanted to talk to me. I heard about it through social media. At first, I said no, but he said he just wanted to clear things up. He explained that it really wasn't my fault, and he's sure she would have passed away regardless. They were just desperate and trying anything. After a few weeks, bio mom's husband couldn't handle it anymore and left. Bio mom had a breakdown. Their 2 remaining kids were left vulnerable. So, it was ordered by the court for my grandparents to take them in temporarily until they figure out where to put them. I visited them once since. I know it's not great to say, but it's kind of uncomfortable for me to be around them. I barely know them, and I feel guilty and responsible for what happened to their sister. Reddit story, AITA for throwing out my girlfriend's dolls? Hey everyone, I just wanted to share what's been happening with my girlfriend and me. We've been together for 3 years, doing the long distance thing, and recently, we moved in together. I moved across the country for her after finishing college, so, I always knew my girlfriend liked creepy stuff, you know, haunted houses, and scary movies. But, turns out, she's into collecting creepy dolls. I'd seen her place over video calls, but there was this one thing she forgot to show me, a whole shelf of creepy dolls. When I walked through the apartment for the first time, I spotted it in the corner of the living room, and whoa, it was pretty intense. I asked her about it, and she said she likes thrifting for old, abandoned dolls, cleans them up, gives them new clothes, does their hair, and then lines them up on this shelf. She introduced me to them, and they all had names. Some were rough ones she had since she was a kid or were her mom's, and the other ones were thrifted. She said she gives the ones she fixes up to disadvantaged kids at the daycare where she works. She only keeps the ones she thinks are not so pretty. I thought I could handle it, but every morning, seeing those dolls made me so uncomfortable. I tried getting her into Squishmallows, thinking maybe she could collect something normal, but she still loved the dolls. I even suggested she display them at the daycare, but she was worried they might get damaged or taken home by kids. I think she realized I didn't like them, so she asked if I wanted her to move them into the closet. I said yes, hoping that would be the end of it. Well, one day, my friend visited, and we dropped a bowl of popcorn. I asked him to grab the vacuum from the closet, and he freaked out. The dolls' heads all poked out of the box, and it was like something from a horror movie. I was so embarrassed, and my girlfriend apologized, but had a bit of a laugh. Honestly, that was the last straw. Those dolls wouldn't leave me alone. The next day, which is today, was garbage day, so I took the box out and tossed it while my girlfriend was away. It's gone. When she came home, I told my friend we were leaving for dinner. She's been calling and texting, but I want to give her some time to cool off. My friend says I'm a bit of a jerk, but I genuinely felt like I had to do it. Update, 1 day later, subscribe for more Reddit stories. Hey, everyone, I know many of you wanted an update, but I couldn't post on last group, so here it is. I went home, and my girlfriend asked me where her dolls were. She had a rough day and thought I moved them somewhere after they scared my friend. She really wanted them because they bring her comfort. I sat her down and told her the truth. I expected to be yelled at, but instead, she started crying. It reminded me of when her grandma died, and that's when it hit me how much I messed up. I slept on the couch with my friend, and today, I promised to do everything I could to fix my huge mistake. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the original dolls back. They ended up being sent to a big landfill outside the city. So, I texted my girlfriend asking what kind of dolls they were. She knew most of them, but one of her grandma's dolls was handmade, so I couldn't replace that one. I started searching the internet, looking at antique shops, thrift stores, pawn shops, and more. I ordered a couple online that were the same as the ones she had and found a similar one at a store. I didn't realize how expensive dolls could be. She hasn't broken up with me yet, but I'm expecting it after what everyone has told me. I'm sleeping on the couch again tonight, and I'm planning to book a flight home. I'll keep paying my half of the rent for the year since she doesn't make much money, and I'll be living with my parents. If she asks for money to try replacing all the dolls, I'll pay it. It's the least I can do. Thanks to everyone for your honest opinions.